Do you want to be unique? Do you want to feel special and stand out from everybody else? Now, if you feel the same way, then this message is for you. In this session, we will be tackling on eye focus. I know. How can we talk about focus when you would be too distracted by this wonderfully crafted image of God before you? That's okay. Let's still carry on. Our lesson revolves around eye focus. And no, it's not a new phone that Apple just released. Our lesson tackles on the question of what should I be focusing on? Now, focus is a wonderful thing. Now, think of the focus of a camera lens. It makes things clear. The focus of a magnifying glass makes things bigger. And focus can also remove distractions. Like when you tell yourself, "Motoon na jud ko after ani na dua." But then 3 hours passes by and then move, gone. Focus is a beautiful thing, but it can also be very dangerous. For example, when we focus too much on the past rather than letting them go, we will always be stuck to where we were and never reach where we should be. When we focus too much on the future, the what ifs and maybes, then how could we ever enjoy today? When we focus too much on present things that do not matter, then we will miss the opportunity to make an impact on this world. So as I mentioned, focus can be a beautiful thing, but it can also be very dangerous. As a teenager, what are some of the things that you put your focus on? Perhaps a significant other, on school, maybe on sports or friends. Those are all wonderful things to focus on. But today, there is something a lot of us forget, and that is character. We should be focusing on building character. In the generation of today, everybody craves to be unique. However, all of us, all of you are bombarded and affected by everything and everyone around you. From the way you dress to the way you talk, all of you are affected by somebody else. So how much more is your character? Some of you might be asking yourselves, what is character? Character is a reflection of who you truly are. And I love the saying that goes, character is who you are when no one is watching. Some of you act Christian, going to church on Sundays, singing all the worship songs, helping out in the worship team. But when nobody is watching, when you are alone, could you really say that you are making God proud? So are you the type that helps others out just because people are watching? Or are you the type to give your time even when there is no reward at the end? As Christians in a world that is so crooked and devious, it has become even paramount for us to stand out. And what better way than with godly integrity and character? Our passage in 1 Peter 3:1-12 is quite unique. When we focus too much on the heading, we miss the point of Peter. Yes, I know it is addressed for wives and husbands. That is true. But when we look at the bigger picture, we see that Peter is giving us advice on the characters that we should all have as women and men and as Christians. What are these characters that Peter is leaving to us? So let us start with the ladies. And as the saying goes, ladies first. For the women in their houses, so pure and beautiful. This is what Papi Peter wants from you. Starting from verse 2. Purity and integrity. Purity and integrity. In words and in action, reflect God's love to everyone. Do not be fixated on outward beauty, but work on what is inside you. And I love that saying that goes, beauty fades, but dumb is forever. When you reach a certain age and you are no longer beautiful, what is left but character? There is nothing wrong with looking beautiful, but there is something very wrong when you think that is the only thing that makes you special. Everybody can wear a nice outfit, put on nice makeup, but what makes you special is your character. That is what should define you. The integrity and purity you have is unique only to you. So why work on something that changes by the trends? Work on something that lasts longer. So when people talk about you, are you just another katong guwapa ba? Daghan man og guwapa? Or are you the one that people will say katong Diyos nun ba? Very few people are katong Diyos nun ba? So be pure, be modest, and gentle. That is what it means to be a woman of character and of true beauty. Now, for the men, I am going to say something that a lot of you might disagree. I personally do not believe in gender equality. Gender equality would mean or denote that we are all made equal. Let me put it this way. Men are the dominant species. Biologically, we are stronger, but not necessarily smarter. Men are able to do everything a woman can do, except for the fact of childbirth and breastfeeding. I may not believe in gender equality, but I do believe in equality. That means because men are made stronger, we should treat women far better. That is what equality means. Because we are made stronger, we should treat women far more better. Now, this is Peter speaking in 1 Peter 3:7. Men, you must honor your wives. Honor the women. Respect them and treat them well because they are weaker. Physically, they may be weaker, but that does not mean they are any less your equal in the ministry of God. They are your partners. They are your sisters. Some, even your mothers. Would you treat your mother like garbage? Of course not. Or she will get the chinillas and smack you in your head. Then why are so many men today treating women like objects? Why are so many men playing with women's heart like they are toys? I want to share with you this quote. The woman came out of man's rib, not from the feet to be walked on, not from his head to be superior, but from his side to be his equal, under the arm to be protected, and next to the heart to be loved. You men have a far greater responsibility to care for those who are weaker. And because women are weaker, we must care for them even more. But in their weakness, we do not belittle them or underestimate them, but support them just as they support us. That is what it means to be a man of character. And lastly, as a Christian, to all the men and women here, how should we act towards one another? Let me summarize this for you. Starting from 1 Peter 3:8 to 12. We must all be united. We must all be united. Does not matter if you're Chinese, Filipino, American, Asian, South Pacific, Pacific Mall. It doesn't matter which church you're from, Bradford, CCF, CGC, Calvary. We are all Christians first. And we must be caring and loving for one another. Not just our friends, but to everyone. Gentle in our actions and speech. Para sa mga lalaki, dili kamo muuna og trash talk. Para sa mga babae, dili kamo ang una manglibak. Be gentle in action and in speech. Be kind and humble. Always the first to say sorry and first to let go of wrongs. Our theme for this TeenStreet is in gears. Our mission is to help you become gears of change, uncompromising to how the world works. How could you ever be gears of change in this world if you move and act the same way? To summarize, I want to encourage each and every one of you. It is time to focus on character. To the women, care more about your purity and focus on the beauty that others will see from the heart rather than what you see in the mirror. To the men, focus on being men of humility and respect. Do not be lazy and never abuse those who are weaker than you. And to all the Christians here, let us be gears for change rather than stumbling blocks. Let us be united, caring for one another, not just those we like, but even those we hate. loving those who criticize and hate you. Be gentle in your speech. Show everybody that you are different because you have Jesus in you. And that is what it means to be unique, special, and one of a kind. Thank you, and God bless you all.
God of creation, there at the start, before the beginning of time. No point of reference, spoke through the dark, hushed out the wonders of life. And as you speak, 100 billion galaxies are born in the vapor of your breath. The planets form. If the stars are made to worship, so will I can see your heart in everything you made. Every burning star's a signal fire of grace. If creation sings your praises, so will I. Out of your promise, don't speak in vain, syllable empty or void. Once you have spoken, nature and signs follow that sound of your voice. And as you speak, 100 billion creatures catch your breath, evolving in pursuit of what you say. If it all reveals your nature, so will I can see your heart in everything you say. Every painted sky, a canvas of your grace. If creation still obeys you, so will I. So will I. The stars are made to worship, so will I. The mountains bow in reverence, so will I. The oceans roar your greatness, so will I. For if everything exists to lift you high, so will I. If the wind blows where you send it, so will I. If the rocks cry out in silence, so will I. If the sound of all our praises still fall shy, then we'll sing again 100 billion times. Salvation, chase on my heart through all of my failures and pride. Oh, now you created a light of the world, abandoned in darkness to die. And as you speak, 100 billion failures disappear. die. You're the one that never leaves no one behind.
This is all I want. That the love I have for you doesn't fade along with you. Can you help with that? The reason that I ask, I've seen far too many friends walk away and not come back. I want more than that. I won't wash away like branches in rain. I'd rather be kindling in the light. Set me on fire like I've never known. I wanna love you more as life goes on. So all of my days have place, my first, the first again. This is all I pray over everything I ask, that my friends one day come back. Can you help with that? God, I know you can. 'Cause if I will mean nothing if it ends right here with me. You're more than that. The river runs fast, but you wait at the best and pull us like driftwood from the wild. So set me on fire like I've never known. I wanna love you more as life goes on. So all of my days have place, my first, the first again. Once I was drifting, but you called me home. So I'll give my life for the one still lost. And I'll see my friends reclaim their first, the first again. So set me on fire like I've never known. I wanna love you more as life goes on. So all of my days have place, my first, the first again. You see this